welcome to the Northwestern Media Institute News Show. I'm Dania Faidi.
And I'm Nuran Halfoush. Here are our top stories.
Souq Waqif is Qatar's top tourist hotspot. NMI students traveled there last week to profile the people who make up this traditional Arabic bazaar's heart and soul, its vendors. In this first video, Hunain, Latifa, Basim, Nuran and I introduce you to Zahid Tasneem, who makes his living fixing watches in the souq.
मैं इसी काम में आया था घड़ी साथ में, मुझे मेरे मामू ने बुलाया था इधर। वो इधर काम करते थे तो उनके साथ ही मैं यही काम कर रहा हूँ। फिर उसके बाद वो चले गए, मैं यही काम शुरू कर दिया। हाँ, काम मेरा ये, क्योंकि हमारा ये ख़ानदानी काम है, हम सब लोग यही काम करते हैं। मेरे मामू, मेरे अंकल, मेरे सब तकरीबन से यही काम करते हैं, इसलिए हमें अपना ये काम पसंद है, हम यही काम करते हैं। एक घड़ी जो ऑटोमेटिक जो खोलते हैं उसको में कम से कम 2 से ढाई 3 घंटे भी लग जाते हैं। आजकल जो घड़ियाँ ये पहले चाबी वाली थी ना, तो उसमें 1-2 घंटे लग जाता था। अभी आ गई हैं और मज़ीद पेचीदा किस्म की घड़ियाँ, तो इसमें फिर लॉन्ग टाइम ज़्यादा टाइम लग जाता है, तो उसको हम उसको कंपनी में भेज देते। अपना घर अपना वतन है, लाजमी ये इतना एक टाइम में तो जाना है उधर, चाहे 30-40 साल के बाद जाएँ या जितने भी, जब तक है आदमी काम करता रहता है। उसके बाद तो फिर अपना घर अपना वतन अपना ही है। यहाँ भी है, अच्छा है कि नहीं, यहाँ से हम सब लोग यहीं से कमाते हैं, उनको सब भेजते हैं, खर्चा वगैरह सब जो कुछ है यहीं से मतलब चलाते हैं हम लोग।
अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर, अल्लाहु अकबर। अशहदु अन ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, अशहदु अन ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह।
When visiting the souk, many tourists stop to buy beautiful jewelry and gemstones. In this next video, we'll learn more about amber, a semi-precious stone that is always a big seller. Amir Hassarij and Kimia report.
That's interesting.
My name is Badr Ali Darwish. I am a graduate of business administration and I graduated in the year 1983. I was specialized with trading business and I worked in the central bank as an economic researcher. After that directly, I moved to the minister's office and became head of public relations, and I worked there for approximately 23 years. In addition to my full-time job, I had a hobby which had to do with what you see here, which are amber beads. And from the moment I retired from my full-time job, I opened a shop of beads for the joy of it. Although it is a business, it is a very relaxing place to spend time, and for that reason, I settled down here. I worked with amber for a while, and in fact, amber is known for its richness. You only get it out of special tree branches, not rocks like some people think. These tree branches are only found in certain places in Europe, such as Poland, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Russia. These are the places where you will most likely find the rich branches of amber. In my case, I am passionate about this field. After I began working and trading, I gained a lot of experience. As time went by, I discovered that amber had many values, like healing. For example, people in Russia, Afghanistan, and Iraq used to use amber for different needs. It had many health benefits, like curing stomach aches or throat infections and such cases. And even before using it for health reasons, in the olden days, they used amber for health issues. It was very important during communist Russia. At that time, they used it instead of gold. For example, all their accessories were made of amber. They used it with silver most often. There are different types of amber. There is the old amber, the new amber, and the mid-age amber. The amber differs depending on how old it is. The old amber, which is known for its brown color, is approximately 200 years old. And there is the orange amber, which we call the mid-age amber, and it is around 40 to 45 years old, and it's originally German. Lastly comes the new amber, which comes in different kinds. The new amber comes with a yellow color and a whitish yellow color, and there's the white kind, which is rarely found. Also, there are kinds of amber which have a color that changes depending on the sun's rays, and it gives us either a yellow or a green see-through color, sometimes red. There are different types of amber, but the people mostly use what they see is appropriate for themselves. In the Arabian Gulf, people mostly use the yellow or the old amber. These are the kind of ambers.
Souk Waqif provides a perfect environment for people looking to have a good time. But the souk is often criticized for its popular pet market and the animal rights violations that go on there. Nazareno, Andreas, Joycena, and Abigail have the story.
Welcome to the bustling alleys of Souk Waqif, where culture and tradition of Qatar is being portrayed, or so it seems.
Mr. Samsudin from India. He claims that he sells his food products coming from Belgium. He understands animal language and he feels that if his animals are upset, he won't sell them. Animals are being well kept in the souk. People are willing to pay a really high price for the animals. There's the hot times where you have the most sales during the winter and the least times where there's less sales during the summer. He's been working for 10 years already at Souk Waqif. When he was asked if there's a lot of customers, he said during the summer there isn't, and during the winter there is. Many visitors take photos of the animals.
However, it's hard to believe that in such a developed nation, the mistreatment of animals is a growing issue happening right before.
He also claims that there's less sales due to the less parking in Souk Waqif. He's being kept well there, his working conditions is good, and animals are brought by outside countries such as Australia and South Africa. They are very expensive and he only earns 2% to 3% of profit.
Even the cages are not adequate for the size of some of these animals. Rapidly growing dogs eventually find themselves hurt in the hard metal cage, pressing against their skin. If not, the lack of food and water are sure to take a toll on these creatures. But who is held responsible, you may ask? Arguably the workers, the only ones with the power to sell, mistreat, and at times buy from foreign industries. Then again, these workers are only hired and paid to do so. Their judgment in these poorly treated animals are compromised to their families back home. We took time to interview a shopkeeper who denied the welfare of these animals was of low standards. I am from India. I've been here for 10 years and have seen lots of customers. Work is good and the animals are well kept. Many of the animals left in the heat and sun with no water are suffering from heat stroke, on top of many other preventable diseases.
हम बहुत बैग करते हैं कबूतर को और चिड़िया दूसरा मच्छी ये चावल दूसरा मटन हम पार नहीं करते वो अच्छा नहीं है लेकिन हम पार नहीं करते.
But several articles and local newspapers say otherwise. Time Out Doha, a local magazine concerning life in this country, spoke about the situation in the pet souk in their April issue. In the article, Dr. Michael Mora, a vet at Parkview Pet, stated,
Elsewhere in Doha, activists are working hard to protect animal rights. Farouk, Samaya, Khalid and Hala take us to the Parkview Pet Center, a veterinary clinic.
Parkview is one of the very few pet centers in Doha. It opened its doors in August 2011 and has since been helping household pets get the necessary treatments.
So the type of services that we offer are anything from sick animals coming in to treating them to all different types of surgery, including orthopedic surgery, soft tissue surgery, basic things like vaccinations even. Okay, this is our surgery room, so this is the surgery table where all the surgeries take place. This is a television for if there's an laparoscopy or endoscopy or anything like that. This is our anesthetic machine, our light, which is very important. That's a stethoscope which is put right down to listen to the heart and lungs when surgery is going on, and that's pretty much everything in the surgery room. Why did I become a vet? Because from a very young age that's what I wanted to be. I grew up around animals. We had lots of animals at home and I loved being outside taking care of them, and there was a couple of other things that I wanted to do and did work experience in them and thought, no, I want to be a vet. So.
In one of the oldest and most popular souks in Qatar, Souk Waqif, a large community of animals suffer from living in unbearable conditions and a lack of awareness on how animals should be treated. Susan Salter thinks this is due to a lack of education and an interest in solidly maintaining their businesses.
And I think it's true, but I think the population of people that are running the souk shops have no idea about how to take care of themselves and their own health, let alone the health of animals, okay? I don't think that there's anything malice in their behaviour down there, but I do think it's a matter of education. And I can say that from my own experience because I've gone down there and taught them bits and pieces and they're really responsive. They're only bursting for someone to go down and help out because at the end of the day, that's their business. These guys are business savvy, they're very clever businessmen.
In the Middle East, smoking shisha is a popular custom, but some doctors have named it the delicious killer. Latifa, Hunain, Basim, Nuran and I report.
It's a tradition here, it's part of the culture. Been doing it for thousands of years, so when I come out in the town, I always get shisha.
صار في مخاطر وأنا استمرت أصلا من الشيشة ورديت لها مرة ثانية كذي بس تعودت. قعدت البنات والمطاعم
توفر لنا هالشيء هذا. فإذا ما كنت أحبها راح أحبها.
Health risks are minimal. You're going to die sometime. Like I said, it's part of the culture. It's better than cigarettes. There's no chemicals in it. It's just pure tobacco, and but it's the flavor of it, and it's the atmosphere. You get to relax.
بصراحة إذا سافرت بس الشيشة مو على طول، مو يعني كذي بس مزاج، مو شيء ضروري.
ما أدخنها إلا إذا يعني انعزمت بمطعم برا، يعني تقريبا بالأسبوع 3 مرات، يعني كذي.
At least twice a week, 3 times a week. More. Lemon mint. That's what I'm smoking now. Grape mint is number 2.
Shisha poses major health risks. According to doctors, bacteria finds the shisha pipe a great place to grow and reproduce. This is because of the humidity, the lack of oxygen, and the darkness. I'm Dania Faidi and I'm reporting from Northwestern University in Qatar.
Now let's go to reporter Latifa who has more information about this deadly practice.
Thanks, Nuran. Many smokers assume that shisha is less harmful than cigarettes. They think the water in the pipe filters the smoke of toxins. But that's not true. According to the British Heart Foundation, most shisha lovers smoke for longer periods and inhale more frequently. A normal session lasts for about an hour, and that's equal to smoking more than 100 cigarettes. So before you light up, think about the risks.
Thanks, Latifa. Now it's time to leave Souk Waqif and travel back to Northwestern University in Qatar, where NMI students are hard at work learning about media literacy, photography, writing, technology, and video journalism. But are they having fun? Dana, Noura, Afra, and Ala investigate.
We've been in the summer course for about a week and a half now. We've pretty much done almost everything. We've been in a ton of work. We did so much photography, film, journalism, all this kind of stuff. We molded into one.
This is the Northwestern Media Institute program, and it's about a mix of journalism and communication. The reason I joined this for the second year, consecutive year, is because I enjoy what we do in this project. I enjoy the environment, the people that are here. Everyone works for this. I enjoy the environment, the people that are here. Everyone works for.
So my daily routine is pretty much coming in, going up on the elevator to the 3rd floor, and then just walking across, getting my water first or sometimes coffee, and then going into class. I think from 9 to 9:30 we have the icebreaker games, which is pretty good. You know, it gets you to really know who everyone is.
Last year it was not as difficult, but this year there's a lot of improvement, different variety of classes, activities. Last year it was not as difficult, trip to Souk Waqif, which we didn't do last year. So I think that's the reason why I like it more this year. Also, you can, although it's only an introduction to me trip to Souk Waqif, which we didn't do last year. So I think that's the reason why I like it more this year. Also, you can, although it's only an introduction.
Literature, it's not good, it's hard.
I learned photography and learned how to shoot videos and make movies. It's pretty fun. I'm gonna apply next year.
Hello and welcome to NUQ News.
Today we have a story about blackberries being the leading cause of teenagers being distracted in class.
Incredible to think how, I've been sitting in summer not really doing anything until I came to this course. I've managed to do absolutely everything in about just 1.5 weeks, and it's still not even done.
That's all from us at NMI News. I'm Dania.
And I'm Nuran. Thanks for joining us and have a great summer.